live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening and welcome to the National News broadcast, bringing to you live from the National News Studios here at Rupavahini. We're ready to bring you the top stories here at home and around the world. I'm Charita Binipurarachi.
And I'm Kasani Balachandra Adhikari. We start off with a look at your headlines for tonight.
Election propaganda officers should be removed from midnight tonight. Official poll card is not compulsory to cast the vote. Special security program has been arranged. Election monitors from 10 countries will observe the election. Special transport services for the people who go to their native places to cast the vote. The President stresses that the country's economy will be enhanced by the end of December. Sajith Premadasa is getting ready to fulfill his presidential election promises after the general election. Ranil Wickremesinghe says that the bankrupt country was saved during his rule. Namal Rajapaksa says that the members who left the SLPP are rallying round the party again. 15 investigations will be carried out over the frauds and corruptions at the Foreign Employment Bureau. A motor car plunged into a group of joggers in China, killing 35.
And we move on to those and other stories in detail. And in your top local story tonight, the Gazette notification that declares the new Parliament will convene on the 21st of this month was released this evening. The Parliament is to be convened at 10 a.m. on the 21st of November. The President has taken this decision in pursuant to the powers vested with him by the 70th clause of the Constitution. Now, the Election Commission informs that all election propaganda officers should be removed by midnight today.
And the chairman of the Election Commission, RMAL Ratnayaka, said that a media briefing held today at the Government Information Department that the polling card is not compulsory for voting. Chairman of the Elections Commission, RMAL Ratnayaka, said that those voters who do not receive the polling cards can receive them from the post office of their area or from the website of the Election Commission by downloading the official polling card. The official polling card is not compulsory requirement for voting, but a valid identity card can be used in order to cast their vote. Accordingly, national identity card, valid passport, a valid driving license, government service retired identity card, senior citizens identity card and the identity card issued by the Department of Registration of Persons for clergy, the letter issued by the government department confirming the identity card issued by it, and the temporary identity card provided by the Election Commission for differently abled persons, and any other temporary identity card issued by the Elections Commission can be produced. Disfigured identity cards, official identity cards, receipts issued for the application forwarded for the national identity card shall not be valid for the same. Chairman of the Elections Commission, RMAL Ratnayaka, said that the ballot paper this time is of two types, where it will be a single line for one district of Bonaragala, Polonnaruwa and Kegol. He added that the remaining 19 electorates, the ballot paper will be in two lines. A voter can use the cross symbol in front of the desired political party or the independent group, and also cages meant for the preferential votes, which will be in the bottom part of the ballot paper. If the voters intend to mark two preferential votes, the person can mark cross symbol in front of the political party or the independent group, and also can mark two differential and preferential votes in the bottom part of the ballot paper, which is meant for marking the preferential votes. A voter can mark for a maximum of 3 preferential votes. Views also have been expressed about the violation of election laws. Chairman of the Elections Commission said that the candidates will have to remove all election officers established in electorate basis by midnight today. In case of failing to do so, police will take steps to remove them. Only one office per electorate can be kept open from tomorrow for each political party or the independent group. Any recognized political party or independent group cannot engage in any kind of propaganda in any electronic or print or social media where any candidate would be prejudiced. A journalist said that a SMS message has been received in his mobile phone in the morning, which is to promote a party, and their names are also mentioned. He questioned whether action can be taken against them according to the election laws. Replying, the Query Chairman of the Elections Commission said that they too received such messages and will try to take some sort of steps in this regard. He pointed out that necessary actions will be taken during these coming 2 days, not only regarding this but also against advertisements published in social media. The chairman also said that the commission expects to stop these actions and take steps against those who are participating in them. He pointed out that necessary action would especially be taken with the Telecommunication Regulatory Commission of Sri Lanka. Security arrangements have also been discussed at the media briefing. Police media spokesman DIG Nihal Thalduwa said that about 90,000 security officials would be joined in the election process directed, and it is expected that they will provide the required security and other necessary actions.
According to the International Election Commission, election observers, they have observed the making of necessary arrangements in order to conduct the general election in Sri Lanka. And also they commended the action taken by Election Commission, police and other institutions in this direction. A group of observers from 10 countries arrived in the island yesterday for observation activities in the general election. They joined in a discussion with the Election Commission today, and that group would be engaged in election observation activities from 10 venues in the island. They also participated in a media briefing this morning.
We have received this feedback that so far the elections are being conducted in a peaceful manner. That is what the feedback has been given to us, and that is the basis as of now. However, we will see it over next few days how the election process is being conducted. Well, that will be between us and the Election Commission. Certain conclusions and recommendations, they will take it forward, and it is up to them. We have been told by the police that they have received 496 complaints. 210 relates to violation of election laws. This is what we have been given to understand.
And meanwhile, President Anuruddha Kumar Dissanayake says that by the end of December, restructuring of debt would be over and the economy of the country would also be lifted. The President made these observations addressing a rally at Piliyandala yesterday evening. The final rally in order to confirm the victory of National People's Power in the general election was held at Somavira Chandrasiri Stadium in Piliyandala, where a large gathering participated. A number of speakers, including the Colombo district leader of NPP and Prime Minister Dr. Haruni Amarasuriya and General Secretary of Janata Vimukti Perapuda Tilwin Silva, addressed the meeting.
Prime Minister Dr. Haruni Amarasuriya said that they robbed not only our money but also our humanity. They robbed all good qualities in us and destroyed them as well. All of us have a responsibility to awaken the conscience of the entire society by strengthening those good qualities within us.
ශිෂ්ට සම්පන්න දේවල් නැවත ශක්තිමත් කළා මේ මුළු සමාජය තුලම මේ මුළු සමාජයේ හෘද සාක්ෂිය අවදි කිරීමටත් අපිට වගකීමක් තියෙනවා.
Lakshman Dipunarachi of the NPP said that the party is now ready to develop the country, and the step needed in that direction was taken on the 21st of September. He pointed out that the colossal step to rebuild the country would be undertaken on the 14th November, and the party is ready for that. General Secretary of the JVP Tilwin Silva said that the changes in the country have already been started and the last remnants of the old politics are also gone. He added that all of us are now living in a new chapter of the history of the country and we are witnessing the end of the old society. He also pointed out that the start of a new society is now on the way, and there is a generation who are intervening in that start courageously with their support. He said that the victorious journey already started would not be reversed, and the country is certain about the changes that would be invariable brought about. Addressing the rally, the President said that the opportunity that the party got to transform the country would be taken until victory. President Ananda Kumar Dissanayake said that the country entered into certain discussions with the International Monetary Fund and bilateral debt restructuring has already been concluded. Debt restructuring has also been completed in international sovereign bonds and an opportunity will arise by December to issue new bonds for international sovereign bonds. The President added that it is believed that the rating of the economy of Sri Lanka would enter a high level and the investors would trust the country again, and the country would also be taken to stabilization by affirming the trust of the banking system of the country. The President also said that by the end of January or the start of February, the third review will over be and the points are fulfilled. President Ananda Kumar Dissanayake also said that one step would be completed by December this year and the rest of the steps would be completed by the end of February the next year. He said that the former President Chandrika Bandaranayake Kumarthunga got an opportunity to transform this country, and although she ruled the country for 11 years, she was unable to bring in that change. The President also said that the best opportunity to transform the country was in the year 2019. He also added that the then President could not bring about the desired changes but had to leave presidency in 2.5 years. President Dissanayake reminded that the next opportunity has been given to the NPP in order to take the country in a deep direction and said that it will be concluded with victory.
මේ රට අලුත් දිශාවකට යොමු කිරීමේ ඊළඟ අවස්ථාව ලැබුණේ අපිට ලැබුණු අවස්ථාව අපි ජයග්‍රහණයෙන් කෙලවර කළා තමයි අවසන් කරන්නේ. ජයග්‍රහණයෙන්.
Leader of the Samagajana Balavagia, Sajid Premadas, says that after the victory in the general election, they would be implementing the program presented during the last presidential election. Participating at a public rally held in Maradana, he said that a new agreement would also be reached with the International Monetary Fund. SJP candidate Mujibur Rahman said that although the party was defeated due to interference of Ranil Wickremesinghe, the last rally will end tonight in the election campaign in order to elect Sajid Premadaasa as the Prime Minister in the coming general election. He also mentioned that Ranil Wickremesinghe is requesting to send experienced members to the parliament from the cylinder symbol. Leader of the SJB, Sajid Premadas, said that only the SJB will be able to provide leadership for a new agreement with the IMF and would be asserting with responsibility. He also mentioned that some would ask as to how that can be done, and the party has already discussed about the changes with the IMF. The party has never made the IMF issue an election gimmick. He pointed out that once the mandate of the voter is received, steps would be taken to change the IMF agreement and the country would enter into a new agreement with the required changes. He also said that the program forwarded to the country during the presidential election would be implemented to the letter by the party. He requested the people to provide that mandate in order to fulfill their responsibility and added that when the majority would be given to the SJB in the general election, all the 15 electorates of Colombo Central would also be given to the SJB. He concluded by stressing that after the general election, the party would be providing leadership for the development of the entire country.
And meanwhile, former President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that bankrupted country could be rebuilt again under his rule. He made these remarks addressing a public rally organized by the New Democratic Front. The Maradana area to confirm the victory of the New Democratic Front at the upcoming general election. People's representatives of the party supporters and others were present at this occasion. Former President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the country had gone bankrupt 2 years ago. He said that he had to save the country from bankruptcy, and he said that all queues were ended. He said that income of the country was increased, and further, for this endeavor, the government had to sign an agreement with the IMF and then sign separate agreements with 18 bilateral creditors. He added that in addition, another agreement was signed with the bondholders, and he said that accordingly, now the country will have to pay back loans from 2028. The former president added that time has been allocated until 2042 to complete paying back loans. He said that if Sri Lanka continues it properly, the country will have to pay $42 billion of foreign loans. He said that out of the amount, 12 billion can be saved. Former parliamentarian Susil Premachand said that they do not need to experienced members in the parliament. He said that while they are all the leaders are hesitated to accept the country, Mr. Wickremesinghe accepted the country since he had experienced. He said that the Ranil Wickremesinghe saved the country within 2.5 years. Former parliamentarian Sagara Ratnayaka said that Ranil Wickremesinghe stabilized the economy through the debt restructuring program. He said that the former government was to accelerate the economy with an income target of 15.5% of the GDP. He added that it is easy for the present government to achieve these economic targets with a team of gas cylinder in parliament. He said that therefore people should vote for gas cylinder symbol.
National organizer of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Namal Rajapaksa says that the groups that have been disgusted and disintegrated from the party during the last presidential election are now rallying around the party again. He made these remarks participating at a public meeting held in Mathugama yesterday. Former parliamentarian Sanjeev Edrimana said that they will form a government under the leadership of Namal Rajapaksa without delay. He said that people in Mathugama are ready for that endeavour. He further said that people in Kalathara are also ready and that we all provide the required support for Namal Rajapaksa at the new parliament. National organizer of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Namal Rajapaksa said that the groups that are disintegrated from us are now gradually coming back to the party. He said that party members who joined with former President Ranil Wickremesinghe in the past are now coming back to the SLPP. Party members who supported the SJB are also coming back to their mother party. At a meeting held in Boralla, the SLPP organisers in the area again joined with that party today. He further said that some party members who had supported President Andrew Kumar Dissanayake at the last presidential election due to disappointment are also joining the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna again. He said that therefore SLPP will become a strong force during the election. Namal Rajapaksa further said that Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna will be made the decisive political force in the country during this election period and in the upcoming decade. More stories right after this break.
Introducing Prima Kothumi Korean Ramen.
Let's fire it up.
Introducing Prima Kothumi Korean Ramen.
Let's fire it up.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Welcome back with more local stories. At least 35 people were killed and around 43 others were reported injured after a car lost control and veered into a crowd gathered outside a sports center in China's city of Seoul. The officials stated that 62-year-old driver of the car was arrested soon after the incident, which took place yesterday evening. And the suspect was trying to commit self-harm with a knife when he was controlled by the police at the scene. The suspect is currently in a coma stage after self-inflicted injuries to his neck and other parts of the body, and it was immediately clear that whether it was an attack or an accident. Chinese President Xi Jinping said that all local authorities had been mobilized to protect the rescue after the residents, and he remanded and demanded the suspect must be punished in accordance with the law.
Well, there's just one day more for the general election. Special transport services have been arranged for the convenience of passengers who will be going to their native villages to cast their vote. Deputy General Manager of Railways N.J. Indipolage said that necessary measures have already been taken to operate train services according to passenger demands. Deputy General Manager of Railways N.J. Indipolage said that additional compartments have been added to trains that are running up to KKS and Trincomalee. In addition, special trains will run up to Kandy tomorrow evening, and that an intercity express train will also run up to KKS on the 16th and 17th of this month. He further said that the Railways Department also expects to run a special train from Badulla to Colombo Fort at night on the 17th of November. The National Transport Commission said that ample amount of private buses will be deployed for the people who go to their villages without any inconvenience. Director General of the National Transport Commission, Naomi Javadana, said that additional buses have been deployed today and tomorrow up to Hatton, Mathura and Badulla towns. She said that special buses bound to Colombo, Kadavada, Makumbra and Bastion Avenue main bus stand on the 16th, 17th and 18th of November. Chairman of Lanka Private Bus Owners Association, Gamana Vijayaratna, said that long-distance buses will come to Bastion Avenue Terminal and that passengers are asked to get buses from Bastion Avenue Terminal without any rush. He also said that in case of a passenger congestion, additional buses will be deployed. Chairman of Sri Lanka Transport Board, Ramal Sirivadana, said that additional buses will run up to this Sunday, 17th. He said that all outstation SLTB depots have been clearly informed to deploy additional buses without any disruption for the inconvenience of the passengers bound to Colombo.
And a fire broke out this morning in a factory at Kamathuwatta Road in Rajagiri. No loss of lives have been reported due to the fire, and an electricity leakage has been suspected as a cause of this fire. The fire broke out at a garment factory in Rajagiri and extensive damage has been reported to the factory. Our correspondent reported that fire brigades from the Colombo municipality and the Kotte municipality along with the fire brigade of Air Force have been used to distinguish the fire. An army also assisted in controlling the fire without spreading into the nearby residences.
The Foreign Employment Bureau says that steps would be taken to resolve problematic areas in migrating to Korea. The former administration had introduced a visa methodology called E8. And the chairman of the Bureau, Kosala Vikramasinghe, said that problems arose in migration to Korea for employment due to that reason. Chairman of the Foreign Employment Bureau, Kosala Vikramasinghe, said that the process of the Bureau is not followed and the entire process will be in crisis, and added that still legal visa will be issued to applicants. He also mentioned that the Bureau is unable to implement the same since there's inability to register it in the Bureau. He pointed out that a process has to be entered where these visas can be legalized, and also it is illegal to collect money without approval by private agencies without a proper agreement. He cautioned the applicants to not be trapped into such instances. The chairman also said that 15 investigations are due to be conducted in the future regarding frauds and corruption in his institute during the last government. Chairman Kosala Vikramasinghe said that there are groups who have been subjected to certain injustices where financial irregularities have occurred due to the interference of politicians. He also said that about 15 preliminary investigations can be conducted based upon the audit methodology available in the institution.
And meanwhile, the Court of Appeal today rejected an appeal made by the director of W.M. Bendy's company, Randev Dhirendra John, to release him on bail. The Colombo Magistrate Court has sentenced 6 months imprisonment to him under the charge of non-payment of VAT amounting to 3.5 billion rupees. The appeal court judge bench also stated that the petition filed against the relevant magistrate court verdict will be granted leave for consideration. Accordingly, the judges ordered notice to be issued to the respondents of the petition to submit clarifications to the courts on the 29th of this month. The panel of appeal court judges was comprised with Sabita Rajakaruna and Mahen Gopallava.
And here's more few local news items in brief. Secretary of the Minister of Education, Tilaka Jayasundara, has instructed the officials to start a ministerial-level investigation immediately over the inclusion of 5 questions related to a certain political party in the paper of general test of the second term exam given to the A-level students of CWW Kannangara Central College in Mathugama. The Supreme Court has ordered to extend the interim injunction issued on preventing the implementation of a gazette notification issued by the Ministry of Wildlife during the then government to release 168 acres from the Vilpattu Forest Reserve Zone to create a prawn farm. The relevant petition was summoned for consideration before a panel of Supreme Court judges today. Sri Lanka has won the awards as the best stabilized country for investments at the World Travel Market 2024 awarding ceremony held in London recently. Chairman of the World Travel Market Jonathan Hull presented the award to the chairman of the Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau, Buddhakeheva Vasam. A progress review meeting on marketing promotion plans and future activities of the Development Lotteries Board was held at Sri Lanka Foundation Institute in Colombo yesterday. Distribution and marketing dealers were present at this meeting, which has been organised under the patronage of Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Development Lotteries Board, M.R. Hemanthaswanathilaka.
And the Meteorology Department says that rainy conditions may increase again during the next 5 days, and some areas of the island may receive rains exceeding 100 millimeters. There is a turbulent weather condition in the lower atmosphere over the island northeastward direction from Trincomalee. It is now developing at a low pressure zone and moving out of the island at present. Due to the indirect influence of this situation, the existing rainy condition could be intensified, and the Meteorology Department requested the general public to take measures to minimize the damages caused by temporary gale force winds and lightning. Director General of the Meteorology Department, Atula Karunanayaka, said that the rains only last a shorter period of time, about 1.5 hours or 2 hours, and he said that the rains are accompanied with temporary hard winds and lightning. He added that people should take precautions from dangers of lightning. That's it on local stories. Stay tuned with international news after this break.
Hot and spicy fun vibe එක විවර කරන්න beat එක remake කරන්න to win හදවත වවලා යන්න කින්දර fashion කරන්න fun උතුරන්න කොත්තුමි kick එක මෙන්න prima කොත්තුමි fun.
Introducing Prima Kothumi Korean Ramen.
Let's fire it up.
Welcome back with international stories. And Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has condemned Israel's action in Gaza as genocide in some of the harshest public criticism of the country by Saudi officials since the start of the war.
Speaking at a summit of Muslim and Arab leaders, the Saudi Crown Prince also criticized Israeli attacks on Lebanon and Iran. Israel has vehemently denied that its forces are committing genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. Prince Mohammed also warned Israel against launching attacks on Iranian soil. Saudi's de facto leaders was joined by other leaders present in calling for a total Israel withdrawal from the West Bank and Gaza. The war in Gaza was triggered by Hamas' 7th October 2023 attack. About 1,200 people were killed and 251 others were taken hostage. Israel retaliated by launching a military campaign to destroy Hamas, during which more than 43,400 people have been killed. A report by the United Nations Human Rights Office asserted that close to 70% of verified victims over 6 months period in Gaza were women and children.
Prima Kothumi fun tamai.
And in your sports news tonight, the first one-day international between Sri Lanka and New Zealand will be played tomorrow at the Dambulla International Cricket Stadium.
Spinner Wanidhu Hasranka will be missing the tournament due to an injury, and Dushan Hemantha has been called to his place. Wanidhu Hasranka was injured during the second T20 match against New Zealand. According to Sri Lanka Cricket, he has been transferred to Colombo for medical treatment and it has been already started. New Zealand fast bowler Lucky Ferguson has also been injured in the match and has been removed from the tournament. Another Malney has been called in his place. The two countries have played 102 one-day internationals so far, and New Zealand had won 52 matches while Sri Lanka had been victorious in 41 matches. One-day match in a row and 8 matches have been ended in no decision. A one-day international is been played at the Dambulla International Cricket Stadium after 2018.
Sri Lanka Cricket has decided to get the assistance of Neil Mackenzie of South Africa as an advisory coach of Sri Lanka Test cricket team, and accordingly he will be engaged in his post from tomorrow to the 21st of November. Sri Lanka team is expected to tour South Africa for a series, and 10 members of the team have already left for South Africa. The first test match between the two countries will be played on the 27th of this month at Durban.
කොත්තුමි ෆන් තමයි.
And with that, we conclude tonight news. Do just report at the very same time. I'm Charita signing off with Hassan. Stay safe. Good night.
Good night.